crew of murderous pirates is coming. We have to hurry. Are you listening to any of this?
We're listening.
Oh yeah, what did I just say?
Are you listening to any of this?
Let's go!
You wanted to search the buffet.
We're not searching the buffet!
Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code AHSOKA in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to my Star Wars Skeleton Crew Episode 5 review/breakdown video. We, of course, are going to go ahead and discuss a number of different references, things that you might have missed, and as well, of course, Easter eggs throughout the latest episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And without further ado, we, of course, are going to go ahead and hop right on into it. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So, if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost daily. There is a lot of Star Wars news and stuff going around. It can be a lot to keep track of. It's exactly why we are here. Not just to keep you guys updated with everything, but also break it down for you guys and get a better understanding. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. The previous episode, episode 4 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, titled Can't Say I Remember No At Atton, took us to a war-torn world of At Atton, similar to our young hero's homeworld of At Atton. Wim, Neil, Fern, and KB, along with the Force user scoundrel Jod, Nana, Wood, and their first mate droid SM-33, went to At Atton's Fallen Sanctum, their world's version of the Supervisor Tower, to hopefully find the coordinates of At Atton. They found the coordinates to other worlds, but when it came to their own, it was revealed that SM-33 was actually the one who broke the coordinates when he was there previously with his old captain. Before he could take on the children, Neil stood up to the droid long enough for Jod to hop over and turn him off. Episode 5 continues the story. And journey back home. We open back up on At Atton, where Wim's father, Wendell, is at work despite his son missing out in a galaxy. He secretly has met with Neil's mother, Numa, who he's working with to try and find their kids. Remember in episode 3 that the security droid who work for the mysterious supervisor refused to look for the kids as it was simply forbidden to go beyond the barrier that surrounds their planet, keeping them hidden from the rest of the galaxy. Numa says that Wendell will have to steal the access code for them to send a message beyond the barrier to try and contact their children, but doing so would also has a huge potential to alert anyone and just about everyone else out in a galaxy far, far away. She gives him a device to break into the system to look for the code. He returns to his workstation to do so, where he puts the device in. Nearby, a security droid turns to him, picking up some type of power surge, which I find pretty crazy to even consider. Wendell works frantically as the droid gets closer and closer, and he takes the device and hides it behind his back just as the security droid arrives. The droid, of course, does notice Wendell hiding the device and, well, takes it. It brings him to the Undersecretary Farah's office, who is Fern's mom. They're all in this together. She orders the droid to delete the records of this incident and to power down. She's livid that Numa and Wendell went behind her back as she's trying to handle this through proper channels. Wendell points out that the supervisor won't be helping them, and that they have to find their kids themselves if it's going to happen. And finally, she does agree to Wendell's plan. Back out in a galaxy far, far away and on the Ondic Cinder, the kids, Jod, tied down SM-33 so that the droid doesn't try to kill them again once upon being powered back on. They turn on SM-33, who promises not to follow through with the previous orders from his previous captain. Take Renard, as they learned. Jod recognizes the name almost instantly and realizes that the ship is the Onyx Cinder, the most infamous pirate ship the galaxy has ever known. Captain Renan was looking for At Atton when he vanished. Fern doesn't care about these stories, as she's asked about At Atton, and SM-33 says that they're in Renard's lair at a place called Skull Ridge Mountain. SM-33 breaks free from the ropes to drive them there. And then while in hyperspace, the droid wells the stories for the kids describing how the ship had crashed, landed on At Atton to begin with. The crew had mutinied and Rennett's last order was to tank the ship onto their planet. Wim leaves the room and, well, Jod follows as the two have a bit of a heart-to-heart. The young boy is crying because none of these adventures are like his stories. He's scared and missing his parents, and learns that the galaxy is not what it is. It's scary. Jod, giving the worst take on Jedi adventure ever, says that Wim should just simply forget all of those attachment things, and it is a very Jedi-like thing to say. Who needs parents or fear? Not him. Wim can't forget his family, though, so simply. Jod tells him that his focus determines his reality and a vision. He tells Wim to take and make the life that he wants to live. Wim asks how he can use the Force if he's not a Jedi, but Jod doesn't tell him. They arrive at the planet of Lanupa, where Skull Ridge Mountain is located, but they're not alone. A pleasure yacht mouses by, and they're greeted by 2 security ships, explaining that this is a neutral planet that's peaceful unless people cause trouble. They then will shoot them down if that's the case, which we do see a bit later. Only adults are also allowed on the location, so Jod's all excited about this pleasure place while the kids have to stay on the ship, but, well, the kids are able to talk him into it. He'll go with SM-33 as his original plan to find their lair and get the coordinates. Fern refuses, and as his first mate, SM-33 takes her side as she was determined of Captain earlier on in the earlier episodes, of course. So they come up with a plan as Jod needs their Old Republic credits to make this work. They land where a woman greets them. Jod bluffs, presenting the kids as wise elders from the Braddock system. The kids were wearing disguises as their welcome to the spas of the world, and meanwhile, SM-33 is upset that his old pirate home is, well, now a spa. And once all get welcome flowers and SM-33 is smacked with a restraining bolt, they finally head inside. As they're being shown around, SM-33 is getting increasingly annoyed, though they find out that pirates supposedly made the spa beneath from stories, so it backs up SM-33's story a bit more. There is also quite a bit of security around as the backing clan is hosting a summit. Jod pays their guide off to not say anything to him, as he's probably wanted by them by some capacity. Suddenly, Jod is recognized by another woman named Pocket. This is actually the same actress that voices Meredith in the Brave movie also, so she's technically, I guess, a Disney princess, who calls him by a name of Dash Zenton. She's miffed as he stole a bounty of hers in the past, leaving her to die. She's a bounty hunter, pointing out that no one has ever heard of his name. She promises that she's here to rest and doesn't have any beef with him. However, remember that back in episode 3, Pirate Captain Brutus, who originally had Jod captured, put a bounty on our heroes. So it's not a good thing that another bounty hunter is around. Pocket tells the kids not to trust Jod and leaves. Find it funny that she instantly recognizes that they are kids, of course. Jod shovels all of the credits on their original guide, demanding that they're in a hurry and to really stay low-key. They go to the suite that Jod had reserved, and they have to find the coordinates fast somewhere around this place. The kids are excited about the fancy suite as SM-33 continues to be upset about his pirate captain's old hold is now a luxury spa. Jod is annoyed that the kids aren't taking this seriously and having too much fun, which forces the kids to question why Pirates and Pocket are after him in the first place, once again questioning. KB is scared to go down there, with Fern bringing up Coruscant from the steam, as Jod tries to split up the kids into teams to get things done faster, getting a first-hand taste of parenthood as the kids bicker with him as well. He snaps back at the kids, yelling at them a bit. They quiet down to finally look for a symbol SM-33 shows them that they're looking for, which will lead them to Reynolds' lair, which it's marked with. Meanwhile, Pocket calls Captain Brutus to claim Jod's bounty. The pirate is sending 2 ships to find them. SM-33, Fern, and Wim are in one team, Jod, KB, and Neil are on the other. The first team decides to follow the pipes into the mountains, as the second team are looking at markings carved into the mountain, but Jod's team is caught by security, and they are suddenly on the run. Wim and Fern find the symbol deep in the underground spa, and a patron thinks Fern is an attendant, so she tries to play the part. However, the Patreon, who is huge and has tentacles, thinks that she's actually an assassin. He begins to lash out. SM-33 can't help, as he has that restraining bolt, and Wim calls on his walkie-talkie to Neil for help. But Neil is currently running away from security with Jod and KB. They get cornered, but KB triggers some of the pipes and kind of breaking them, spewing a bunch of mud on their pursuers as Jod punches one other one. Suddenly, SM-33 comes out of nowhere to take them to Fern and Wim, who might need their help, might not. Wim has pacified the situation either well, telling the Patreon, whose name is Kalapis, I think it was, of their adventures in the previous episodes. Thanks to the kids entertaining him and more security guards incoming, the Patreon breaks in where Captain Renon's symbol is located and where they had found it, so that they're able to get in there pretty easier. The pirates have arrived on Lunupa, and they are now on a bit of a time crunch. Back with the heroes, they get below thanks to Mr. Canopolis. SM-33 warns everyone that Renard had sent buoy traps alongside ways of his lair, which is very reminiscent of the Goonies movie, of course. The droid leaves them along, and Neil accidentally activates a booby trap. Thankfully, as the laser sweeps above them all, no one's hurt or killed. They're followed by the pirates and Pocket, who are making their way through the booby traps more easily and very quickly. The kids hit a snag below a certain chamber is the lair of Renon. However, it's been flooded with acid. They search for a lever, but KB notices words on the ceiling that says all who enter paradise must make the greatest sacrifice. John figures out this riddle. Renon's favorite thing was treasure, so that has to be the clue. He throws one of their last credits into the acid pool and, well, it drains, revealing the stairs down below. But the pirates arrive and the group slam the door shut to hold them off for the time being. They are there in the lair of Captain Renard, a feared pirate, and there is treasure everywhere around them. They must find a data log with the coordinates to At Atton and all of the plundered booty. But Jod warns the treasure is probably booby-trapped alongside too, and they have to spread out looking for the data port that's more than likely disguised in something. Wim then sees something that he's always wanted to see, a lightsaber, and I honestly am super pumped up that they got a lightsaber in the show, so that'll definitely be cool to see that in action, as Jod seems to also have a hand on that by the end of the episode. Neil then suddenly spots something that looks a bit off. On a table of all food is rotten except for a single roast in the middle that still looks oddly fresh. Stopping Neil from hitting a trap getting too close to the table, Jod agrees to get this one. He flips up the roast and he reveals the data port that they were looking for. SM-33 pulls up the coordinates for At Atton. They have finally found their way home, but here is the twist. Jod also tells SM-33 to fill the other chamber with acid to hopefully get rid of the pirates. That was maybe too easy, than you might think, but also remember that that's only some of the pirates. Anyway, the kids listen in horror as the pirates on the other side scream, by the door that they're being flooded by in the pool. Then they kind of go silent. Jod wants to hear a message from Renon himself to make sure that this treasure is real. SM-33 pulls up a broken hologram of Renard where no one can see his face. The hologram reveals that At Atton is the last Old Republic mint, which makes money. The tension in the room suddenly shifts and changes, and Jod invokes his right to challenge Fern, a child, as captain as per the pirate code. It's hand-to-hand combat to the death. He tells her to yield so he doesn't have to hurt anyone, but Fern tries to fight. Jod easily overpowers her, holding over a knife over her. She screams in horror, saying that you're a grown-up, you can't fight us, we're just kids, this is ridiculous. Wim, ready to finally be a hero, picks up a lightsaber and approaches Jod. He takes a deep breath and ignites the saber. It's upside down, which oddly this is actually strengthened a couple of theories, as people are now thinking that this is actually a double-sided lightsaber, which it might be. The lightsaber strikes the ground, scaring the boy, who throws it and drops it, so it snaps back off. And with no other option, Fern does yield, but they're all kind of pissed at Jod now. And now Captain, Jod tells SM-33 to take the kids prisoner, actually. As the droid approaches, Wim triggers the trap by the dinner table. They drop through the floor, and that's how episode 5 concludes, with Jod picking up the lightsaber. The involvement of a lightsaber finally in a galaxy far, far away is pretty awesome to have that always in a Mandoverse show, especially when you aren't anticipating it. Like, when it's not a show like Ahsoka, where it's like, okay, it's Ahsoka, of course she's a Jedi, she's gonna have a lightsaber, or a show like The Acolyte, seen in the trailer, lightsabers, Sith, Jedi, and everything of that, or a show like, The Mandalorian or The Book of Boba Fett, you don't always anticipate to see a lightsaber, so getting something like that in Skeleton Crew was definitely something pretty awesome, and has you at the edge of your seat, and everything that goes on at the last 5 minutes of this episode episode was definitely not okay, not cool, and I'm really hoping that that is not the case. I don't know exactly why Jod would want to take them prisoner. Maybe to, I don't know, sell them or something crazy like that. Take them as bounty as well, maybe. But Jod now being separated from the rest of the group is pretty hard to tell what is going to go on with that, because now we're at that point in time of this show of where all the promoting, all the marketing, and all the footage that we've seen thus far in all the promoting, marketing, and trailers of Skeleton Crew, we've already have pretty much all seen it. Everything that we're going into in the back half of this season is new. So it's really like anything can happen as we approach the final episodes of Skeleton Crew. Guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would absolutely love to discuss. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an unofficial Star Wars. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well. I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Also, leave a like on the video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you also check out our merch shop. Use our codes Ahsoka in all caps to get some cash off of your orders. I also have some Amazon affiliate links in the description down below, so if you're looking to buy something from Amazon, whether it's a gift or something for yourself, check out our available links in the description down below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost of yourself and really means a lot. I'll continue to keep those links updated so they're always changing, so make sure you check them out for what new products we may have available. With whatever way you decide to support the channel, whether it's simply watching today's video or even purchasing a product, it means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.